As of this recording, Star Trek II had just celebrated its 40th anniversary.
Cheers. Cheers.
And even now, after 40 years, it still holds undiscovered secrets. One of those secrets is present on this dimly lit sign, visible for only 10 seconds and obscured in shadow. Mark IV Simulator, Enterprise class.
Now what is that supposed to mean?
We'll explore its meaning and how it relates to the name on Spock's casket. All of this and more, and we're starting right now. The simulator sign's infamous subheading Enterprise class has garnered some attention over the years, with many fans believing it should have read Constitution class. But today we'll focus on the symbolic meta-meaning that I believe the sign's main heading, Mark IV Simulator, contains. To entice Nimoy into donning his Vulcan ears one last time, the producers of Star Trek II wrote a death scene where Spock dies during Khan's initial attack on the Enterprise.
Fire!
No power to the weapons, Captain.
Hang on!
Their ploy worked, and Nimoy signed on, but changes were made in response to the growing outcry once Spock's pending death was made public. Now, instead of dying just once, Spock would die twice, with his bifurcated death now bookending the movie. In a stroke of genius, Spock's simulated death was coupled with the pre-existing simulator sequence and placed at the beginning of the film. They hoped that audiences would see this and assume the rumors of Spock's death had been grossly exaggerated.
Aren't you dead?
And be caught off guard when Spock's actual death happens at the end of the movie. Now let's explore the meaning behind the name. In mundane terms, Mark IV refers to the fourth version of a piece of equipment, with Mark meaning model or version. So in that sense, this would be the fourth version of the Starfleet training simulator. Likewise, Spock's casket would be the sixth model or version of the photon torpedo. For a section of the fan base, that's as far as the meaning need go. But there's a meaningful connection between Mark IV and 6 that I can't ignore. That connection being Spock's death. For Mark IV Simulator, read Spock's Death Simulator. And for Mark VI, read Spock's actual death. I found that Mark IV also connects Spock's future to his past.
It would be interesting, Captain, to return to that world in 100 years and learn what crop had sprung from the seed you planted today.
It would indeed.
Spock's rumination is not only the source of the title Space Seed, but its connection to Mark IV is biblical in nature, as Mark chapter 4 opens with the parable of the sower. To follow through with the analogy, Kirk is the sower, and in Star Trek II, Kirk will reap what he has sown, and Spock's own death will be a major part of that reaping.
Why?
Is there also a meaningful connection between the name on Spock's casket and Mark chapter 6? There is the possible promise of Spock's resurrection. On a side note, the only two sets of spatial coordinates given in the movie both end in Mark IV. They're connected to each version of Spock's death. One gives the location of the Klingons who, moments later, seemingly kill Spock during their attack.
Klingon cruisers bearing 316 Mark IV.
And the other is the location of the Mutara Nebula,
There is the Mutara Nebula at 153 Mark IV.
where Spock actually dies. I believe that Mark IV contains a hidden meta-reference to Space Seed, while at the same time it foreshadows Spock's death. To check out more hidden meaning in the Wrath of Khan, click on the video on the left. Here's another shout out to Jennifer Milhone and Jeffrey Hullum for their continued support. Thank you for watching, and until next time, live long and prosper.